The reason I'm backing Rishi is because I think the problem for the next several months, probably years, is going to be the economy coming out of the pandemic. I think Rishi is well placed to address that. Really quite an effective Chancellor through a very difficult time. And that's really principally why I find Rishi attractive. There's a whole raft of other stuff, but I think that, for me, is the clincher.
He seemed to talk about how, he needs to get the economy back on a firm footing, laying into kind of how the other opponents weren't necessarily credible on all of this. But we have to remember, he has been Chancellor for the last couple of years. In many ways, Rishi Sunak is the continuity candidate, isn't he? If you don't like how things have been going really since 2020, you wouldn't back him, would you?
Well, I don't like the way things have been going because of the pandemic. Nobody saw that coming, but he's had to manage that. And independent commentators, like the IMF, for example, have said the UK has weathered this storm particularly well. And certainly my constituents, particularly small and medium-sized businesses in my constituency, the self-employed, low-income households, will have felt the benefit of what Rishi has done. And it is being said that he hasn't done enough to lower taxes. Well, for my constituents, particularly those who are less well off, that has certainly not been the case. He has been, I think, as generous as he possibly can, given that we've necessarily had to spend a whole shed load of money dealing with this pandemic, and I expect more of that in the future.
Those Conservative members, frankly, to quite a few of our viewers as well, who like Boris Johnson and feel that Rishi Sunak has somewhat stabbed the Prime Minister in the back, that he's helped bring about this Prime Minister's downfall, and that they just simply couldn't back him because of that.
Yeah, well, let's nail that one, should we? I went to see Rishi at my request some months ago, I think around about the turn of the year. And I said to Rishi, look, I'm really unhappy with the way things are going and the rolling chaos that appears to be number 10 right now. And it falls to you as Chancellor to grip this and deal with the situation. He listened to me very politely, but he showed me no ankle whatsoever when pressed. And I came away knowing full well that he was completely loyal to the Prime Minister at that point. So I speak as I find, and I was really impressed. He went up even further in my estimation.